McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Rodgers. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. But now it's 3rd down.
Alpha.
3rd and long, it's locked. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Going with their tight end on 4th. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Now on 2nd and 16. Luck under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. B.J. Goodson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Luck. And this one complete to Smith. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got it to Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
I got you, boy.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st.
I know they got the 1st down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it. But I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, kicks either a punt.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Body Calhoun. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On 1st down, Lindsey. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this 1st half.
Yeah, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
That's going to be caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Broncos push further out in front.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can go.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers caught by Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rodgers. He's got Lewis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And his pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers complete. This is Lewis. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15 yards. It leads to 3rd down.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
26. Tight end right. Recon, 132 fighter. Stand up in. Jim. Jump out.
Check 40.
the mic. Check 45 the mic.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. The 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 78 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll make it 24-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
On 2nd and 7, Luck into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And now look at him go. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Keep playing hard.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now this throw caught left side. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
I'm going to come back to you.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. No chance. Quo.
To try again after the sack. Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing his lob. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. The pass there complete to Sutton. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the gun on third down, Luck. And he's going to go down again. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Purcell just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
16 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 45.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
It's just me and you. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. Here we go. Easy. 45. Mike 45.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 25 on second down, Luck. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Luck is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check three, check three, check three.
From the gun, here's Luck. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. E.J. Goodson with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now.
Yeah, Liz. Mike 34, Mike 34. I'm trying to collect. Hey.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Lewis has it, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Watch the slant. Check three. Teammate.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are back within a single score. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here. Out of the gun, Luck. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
The 34-yard line.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down.
You better bring it. 11Z. Check 93's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Luck. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.